Hi, I'm Alex, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you my first impressions of the Kobo Elipsa, an e-ink reading and writing device. So I've only had this device about 24 hours, so this is going to be very much my first impressions and not a full review. I'm going to do a full review in the next couple of weeks, so if you'd like to see that, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. I really like this device. That's my first impression, and I like quite a few things that it's got to offer. So I'm going to start off with what initially I like least about it, and that is this pen. So this pen, first of all, unusually, there's a few things about it. It needs a battery, so you can open this pen here and you can see it takes a quadruple A battery, which you put in there. Now that's supposed to last a few months. That in itself isn't my issue with it, but the way they've designed this pen means you can only use this pen with the device. So if you don't like the pen, it's this pen or it's not this device if you really don't like it. Now, it does have a couple of nice things about it. It's got an eraser button, it's got a highlighter button, but my biggest issue is actually the sound. It just, don't know if you can quite hear that, it rattles. Now, pens, but e-ink pens, any pen, shouldn't rattle. Call me old-fashioned. So here, I've got the Remarkable 2 pen, and you can just hear that it just, maybe a slight rattle. I've got the Lamy pen here, and there just isn't. If I go back to this pen here, it just rattles. Now you can hear that when it's writing. Now I'm assuming this isn't a faulty product. I'm not planning on sending it back because of this, but if Kobo's watching and they think this is faulty and that it shouldn't rattle, then please get in touch and send me a pen as you designed it. But I suspect that this is how it's meant to be for the moment, and if noises and irritations and rattles do annoy you, then that might annoy you as it's annoyed me. Importantly, there are really things to like about this device. I think one of the things that's surprised me how much I like about it is that it's got a backlit screen. Now, by default, it comes on 30% backlit, and it makes for a more pleasant writing experience just having that backlight on in almost any lighting. Now you can take that all the way up to 100% and you can bring that all the way down to 0%, but having the option to put a backlight on and make it to your comfort really gives you more options in how and where to use this device, and in any lighting I can't see a downside to having that backlight. Now, I'm going to describe this device really simply as an e-reader that is also a very capable writer. That would be my couple of lines for what is the Kobo Elipsa. Now, if I compare that, for example, to the Remarkable 2, I'd describe that as a fantastic writing device that also has the capability of reading some documents. But that's not to take away from the writing experience at all. Now, there are a couple of different options to write. You can write in a more basic format and notes. You can also write in a more advanced format and notes. And with that more advanced format, it seems, in my initial impressions, really good at converting your handwriting to text, and seems a lot easier to do that than on some of the other devices. So, the other thing that another couple of things that I really like about this device, it links with a service called Pocket. Now, if you haven't come across Pocket before, it's a way to sort of save web articles and turn them almost into, I'm going to describe it as almost a newspaper-like format, particularly where it's e-ink. So you can have a look at something on the internet, save it to this service called Pocket. You don't need to pay anything, although there's some optional extras with Pocket, and it will link to your Kobo device. So essentially, you can read the articles that you want to read in e-ink at your leisure. And that is, compared to anything else that I've come across with this size screen, a really nice integration and a really nice service. The other thing that it does is it links to Dropbox. So if you already use Dropbox in terms of your productivity and system, then that'll be a really nice integration here. Now, something that doesn't affect me day to day, but I know will affect some of you, is accessibility. Now, a subscriber of mine a while ago asked me about the accessibility options on the Remarkable 2, and having a look at some of the accessibility options on some of these devices, they really are quite poor. However, compared to some of its competitors, I think the accessibility options in terms of being able to make writing on the screen a bit bigger, and even the backlight potentially as an accessibility option, are much better on this Kobo device than they are on other devices. So overall, importantly, when you're looking at a device like this, texture, quality, weight, this is a little bit lighter than some of its competitors. It does feel quality. It's not metal, but it feels quite nice. It almost feels nicer than a metal device. So I quite like the weight of this device. It just feels premium, it feels quality, but it feels light in the hand, which if you're planning on writing this and holding this in the hand, it's going to be a really nice option. Finally, I'm just going to talk about price very briefly. So this product is in the UK, £349.99. I just bought it out of my own money, not sponsored to this video in any way. I managed to find a discount code to bring that down to £315. Now, for that money, you're getting the stylus that I've already talked about, and you're also getting a case. Now, I'm not going to go into details of this case, but the case seems nice enough. You clip it in here, but considering you get a decent case and a stylus and the e-ink tablet, all for £315, I'm not pretending it's cheap by any means, but it's a very reasonably priced device compared to the competitors, and especially for what you're getting. So overall, my first impressions of this device are, if you're in the market for an e-ink writing device, then this should probably be on your shortlist. It will be the right device for some people and has something to offer in this market. And I'm going to go one stage further than that to say, in my opinion, if you're looking for an e-ink e-reader, particularly if you want one with a larger screen, this might be the best large screen e-ink e-reader out there. So I hope you've liked that video. I hope it's been of use. If you have, please hit that like button. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. Until next time, I've been Alex. Thanks for watching.